I'm here to share a very interesting topic with you today. This is why people ignore you. That this topic is something that I've thought about long and hard for a period. Why do people actually ignore others when they speak? What really is the cause of it? I have taken time to ask this question over time. I've engaged with some of my clients and I've asked them, why do people ignore you when you speak? What is that thing that makes you feel ignored? And have you noticed that some people, when they're speaking, you notice the audience are scrolling on their phones or they're not paying attention, they're not paying the rapt attention they should be paying to the speaker, or perhaps they're having a conversation with someone just beside them, or even showing a video on the phone while the presentation is going on. That is pure terrible because you're being ignored. If you're speaking and that's happening, you're being ignored. And so, why do people get ignored? Why do you face that situation? Or perhaps you're not faced with that yet, but you don't want to be in that situation. You don't want to be speaking and people are doing something else rather than listen and paying attention to the things that you have to say. It's something that you need to avoid. If it's happening to you already, then this video will help you solve that problem. But if you've not faced it, you don't want to have that situation. So I like you to sit back and listen in and learn a thing or two on how you can actually avoid being ignored as a speaker or being ignored when you have a presentation that you're making. But before we get into the business of sharing with you the knowledge and what you need to do, I'd like you to just take a moment and click the subscribe button below. And of course, hit the notification bell. Why not? Hit the notification bell, because the purpose of the notification bell is to enable you be the first to be notified when a new video is uploaded on this channel. Now, this channel is out here to help you and provide value that would make you an effective communicator and a good public speaker. So that's what we're here for. And that's why you need to hit the subscription button and the notification bell. It's not going to take you much time to do that, just a couple of seconds, and you're done. So now that you've done that, I'd like to say thank you. Kudos. Now, let's get back to the nitty gritty of this video. Why people ignore you. That's the subject matter that we want to talk about. We will show you how you can fix that in 24 hours. That's what I do. I help people solve problems, and that's the essence of this channel. So sometimes when you're talking and everyone else is doing something different, it's really annoying. I must tell you the truth. All right. It's annoying because it shows that you are not a professional at what you do, or perhaps you're not giving the value that people expect from you. So rather than waste their time listening to you, they better get busy with something else. And believe me, that is not the way it should be. You ought to be someone that when you speak, people listen, people pay attention, people want to get the value that you're sharing on that presentation time. So, what do we do? So, let's look at the problem first before we even understand the solution and how we can solve this problem. There are two key reasons why people ignore you when you speak, or whoever is having this challenge, by the way. Now, these are the two reasons. Number one is weak eye contact, and number two is monotone voice. Now, people would say, oh, if you have something valuable to share, people will pay attention to you. But listen, no matter how valuable what you have to share is, you need to learn to maintain and connect with your audience using nonverbal cues, which is eye contact. One of them actually is eye contact. You see, when you have weak eye contact, what really happens is the people feel you're not engaging with them, you're not talking to them, you're not actually flowing in the same frequency. So they find something else to engage themselves in. That's the truth. So, but when you are communicating or you're sharing your thoughts, establish and maintain eye contact. There is a Yoruba adage that says "Oju loro wa," meaning the talk is in the eyes, right? That's directly transcribing that. The talk is in the eyes. So communication is in the eyes. If I'm talking to you and you're looking elsewhere, it means that you're not paying attention to me. So if you are a speaker and you are engaging with your audience, or so you think, but you're looking at your material, your manuscript, your tablet, your presentation slide, you're not looking at the audience, then it means you're not having a conversation with me. You're actually talking to your slide, you're talking to your tablet, you're talking to something else. Now I want you to watch the screen closely now. You would notice that since I started presenting, it looked as though I am looking right into your eyes. The reason is because I'm looking straight into the lens of the camera. Because what you would be seeing is what the lens is showing. And I understand that your eyes on the screen is on the lens. So I fix my eyes on the lens of the camera so that when you're watching this video, it appears as though I am looking right at you. So let me show you the difference now. I'm going to take my eyes off the lens and look at the screen, and you will see the difference. Watch this now. It will look as though I've taken my eyes off your eyes for a moment. Now, what I'm doing right now, I'm looking at myself in the camera. I'm not looking at the screen. I'm not looking at the lens of the camera right now. I'm looking at myself. I'm seeing myself the way I appear in this video. But right now, I am looking at myself, but I'm not looking at you. So if you look at the video closely now, you would notice that it appears I'm looking to another direction, or I'm looking at someone else. Watch now. I'm going to move my gaze back to you. So when you watch from this point, it will look as though I am actually looking you in the eyes. Watch now. I'm moving my gaze right now. So now I'm back and I'm looking at you. This is maintaining eye contact. So I'm maintaining eye contact with you right now, and that is why you are engaged and you're actually paying rapt attention to this video, because I am playing what I call the 80% rule. So the first thing that you need to do in solving the problem of being ignored is the 80% rule. What does the 80% rule entail? It means that you maintain eye contact with your audience 80% of the time of your presentation. This is very powerful. When you maintain eye contact, people actually believe that you're speaking to them directly. You're talking to them directly, and they cannot, listen to me, they cannot take their eyes off you and do anything else in the course of your speaking, right? So I'm not saying you should look at one person and just stare. If you look at anybody, particularly for more than 5 seconds, you're staring. So what I am saying is engage your audience such that your eye view is directed at them 80% of the time. The remaining 20%, you could use it to peep into your note, look at your presentation slide, or do anything that will help enhance your speaking. But 80% of the time, look at your audience. So how do I do that? I usually divide my hall into three. I face each segment of the hall. That's what I do when I speak. So when I talk to these people on this side for a few minutes or thereabout, I move to the middle row, and then of course to the other end of the hall. I do that because it makes every segment of the hall feel carried along. They don't feel that I'm only focusing attention on one side of the hall. That makes them pay more attention to everything that I teach or share in the course of my presentation. Now, that is called the 80% rule. Now, let me teach you something in addition to that. When you focus on somebody, a specific person in the audience, please do not keep your eye contact for more than 3 to 5 seconds. 3 to 5 seconds is the standard. After 5 seconds, move your gaze to another person and establish eye contact. But let your eye contact be spread across the room such that they feel that you're actually looking at them and talking to them. And that is the essence of communication. Communication is effective when what you intend to pass across is delivered to your audience as intended. So if you are sharing with people, eye contact is critical. So the 80% rule makes it very powerful, and nobody can actually ignore you anymore when you learn this hack. The second thing is the monotone voice. The monotone voice is when you sound just flat. Every time you speak, from the beginning to the end, is flat. People listen to you, it bores them out. It bores them out because when you sound flat, sound the same way every time, there's no inflection in your voice, you're not adding any spice to it, you just sit back and you're just having that single monotone voice, you're not doing anything. And then it just makes them feel like, it's not exciting. It's not interesting. So how do you solve the monotone voice problem? It's what I call vocal spice. That's the second thing, vocal spice. Use your vocal spice. What is vocal spice? Just like spice in your cooking that enables you have a very good blend of taste, different spices coming together. Use your vocal spice, which means use voice inflection. At some point, raise the tone of your voice, raise the tempo, and maintain calm all the same. You would notice that as I'm speaking, at some point my voice is, if you have something like a chart to just actually take a look at my voice, the movement of the voice, the bar, the frequency, you would notice that my voice is not at a particular level all through. The frequency it fluctuates, it goes up, it comes down. That is vocal spice. It makes your engagement interesting. It makes people want to hear you more. It makes people get interested in what you're saying because your vocal spice actually makes your presentation more interesting, and that is something you've got to learn. I want to encourage you to try these two hacks. Put them together. Take your phone and just video yourself. Try these two things that I've shared with you. The first one is the 80% rule, and the second is the vocal spice. Try them and let's see what it feels like. And do well to tag me in that video at Dr. Emmanuel Dogba, and I will be willing to share my thoughts with you and help you to also improve and become better. This is very important for me, and I want you to know that I'm doing all of this to ensure that you become a great speaker that will stand out and deliver excellently everywhere you go. So what you need to do now is, if you've got to this point of the video, please click the subscription button. Oh yeah, if you've not done that yet, but if you have, thanks a lot for doing that, and hit the notification bell so that when the next video is uploaded, you will be the first to know.